Alright, so hey guys, what's going on? It's Kaido back for another video, and it is another update video about Type Soul. Now, there are a few updates which are shown on screen, but I want to talk about the Speed skill tree. So it looks like Speed had got a major nerf. With Speed now, a lot of things, like for example, the Fast Fang has a very slight end lag, and what I've heard for example, Balboa's video, it's not exactly slight, it's a lot of end lag. And the floating strikes stun is reduced. So they're basically debuffing the moves that are on speed. For exactly what reason, I don't know why. I mean, speed, yeah, you can just spam moves, but at the same time, I guess since you can spam moves, the cooldowns were low. But you have increased Ryatsu regen by a bit, and that's not pertaining to speed, but I feel like I've been losing a lot of Ray lately, like increased base Ryatsu. I'm a Kendo user, so but Unseen Blade posture has been reduced, and I think that is also a speed move, but that is a move that you get from like AFKing, like Clan Wars, one of those special moves. Now Eviscerate is a Kendo move, Eviscerate should now have end lag, which it kind of does if it's blocked. Now, going on to back to Unseen Blade, it has a slight stun that's been reduced, and Unseen Blade's hitbox has been reduced. It was gigantic. So that's one thing. Another thing about speed. Now, Time Cut, which is the last move on speed, one of those moves that you need to have 50 stats in, just like the last move on Keto or the last move on Hakudo or even the last move on Kendo that you need 50 points in. That is time cut for speed. Time cut cooldown has been increased a little bit. Now, a lot of the stuff in the update logs are just, buffing damage, debuffing cooldowns and hitboxes and stuff like that. But the few ones that are going to be, I guess, somewhat detrimental are for the speed users that are out there, which are the moves Unseen Blade and the cooldowns for waterfall so reduce waterfall dance posture, and then the cooldown for time cut, which is your last move, has been increased. Now, one thing I do want to mention that I've been a speed user once, and that was like sometime a few weeks back when I was following one of the videos saying speed is meta and everybody was used to speed, but I'm comfortable with Kendo. Kendo is my thing. I just like the combo potential, the 1v1 kind of status with Kendo. But yeah, speed looks to have like a major nerf. And there is a new code which I forgot to mention, which has been on the screen the entire time. And then there is another code that they added around 5 in the morning, so it's two codes. But speed looks like it got a major nerf. They increased the cooldowns, they lowered the hitbox range, and then you get punished more, I guess. You know. Now, for any speed users that are out there, I suppose you're probably still gonna use speed because you just like speed. Um, that's it, I guess. They've been doing a bunch of different updates. Now, as in for the updates, actually, in my opinion, I don't feel like I like the updates. I don't use the skill trees and some of the weapons, but I feel like some of these updates are kind of unnecessary. They nerfed some more accessories that weren't affected by gear. Thunderbolt TNG damage reduced. Like, they're reducing a lot of damage. They're taking a bunch of cooldowns to increase and then adding end lag and that stuff. I feel like that's kind of unnecessary because that's the essence of the fights. Obviously people can spam some moves and there's combos and that stuff, but if you just start adding a bunch of end lag to a bunch of weapons and reducing the hitbox and going ahead and increasing the time it takes to use those moves, kind of wouldn't even make fighting kind of worth it, in my opinion, because yeah, before you normally had long fights, you know, and then they did do in another update video that I uploaded, they did reduce all accessories by 50% and some other stuff because obviously I guess what they're trying to do is decrease the time it takes to kill a person. But all these random updates are kind of just weird in my opinion, and the devs are going crazy in the chat, you know. Some of them have varying opinions, you know. It's just kind of wild in my opinion. But yeah, that's the update, I guess. You know, they're just typing, and some of them have different varying opinions. You know, I'm looking at this person B, the dev product isn't out, blah blah blah, and then Nova, new variant, you know, stuff like that. And then Chrissy, I woke up, so it's time to make the dev products. You know, they're finally making the dev products. But then Chaotic mentioned things about Scythe. It looks like a lot of things to this Scythe. I've never used Scythe, but you know, he said it's if it's too strong after this, it'll get nerfed again. It's a lot of random stuff being. I guess this is somewhat balancing. I don't see it as balanced. You know, they're just doing whatever. Um, but I mean, I have no complaints. Kendo, I enjoy using Kendo. You know, the updates are just updates, I guess. I do have one problem, is the Ray. You know, I've been losing it. Like I was just doing bosses, as you can see in the background, and like I lose a lot of Ray using Gendo and stuff like that. And I know speed, I guess, takes a lot of Ray as well, but like dang. I've been, although they said base Ray has been increased, but I feel like I've been losing a lot of Ray lately, and it's kind of wild. But yeah, that's the video. Stay tuned for some more. I have some coming up. I'm thinking about how to cheese a boss. You know, I've seen some of those videos, and I'm gonna make one. Um, I'm gonna do like what I got from arena 1v1 fights, stuff like that. You know, I've seen those type of videos. I'm gonna do some of those, and I'm also gonna drop some of my ideas on what updates can happen to type. So you know, open the stuff. Um, I do happen to see sometimes, you know, YouTubers who put their opinion out on type so do get banned, which, you know, the whole situation with touching kids and that stuff is kind of wild. And, you know, they'll drop codes to compensate, you know, and whoever makes that joke about it, you know, gets banned and that stuff. It's kind of wild to me, you know, the devs are just out of hand. But I'm gonna drop my opinions, you know, in another video. One of them will be maybe like a new map, another map or two to the 1v1 arena, as I feel like we've had the two maps, the two Coliseums, one looking like a Quincy kind of world and one just a regular Coliseum. We've had those for a while now. I feel like, now I'm not a dev and I don't know how long it takes, but I feel like it would be a kind of nice addition. You know, maybe a map where there's trees in the Coliseum to dodge around and that stuff. Some, you know, a grassy kind of environment. I don't know, just ideas. But yeah, the updates recently have been just kind of weird lately, just random. You know, a lot of debuffing and increasing cooldowns and stuff like that. So I don't know, fights are gonna be more interesting, I guess. But yeah, that's the video. Stay tuned for more. Peace.